Hi everyone, I'm Gabby Perret, and this week on TV Talk we're going to be talking about The Punisher and giving you a primer before it comes out on November 17th. So, The Punisher is the next series in the Netflix Marvel collaboration that's widely known as the Defenders. Now, the Defenders consist of Daredevil, which is the important one to know for the Punisher, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and the Defenders were the previous four heroes all met up for an Avengers-style team-up. It's really good. Oh, not Iron Fist, but that's okay. But so the Punisher is the next series coming up, and the Defender series as a whole is very, very dark and gritty. It's the same universe as the movies that everyone loves, same universe as Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., although it's very self-contained. Don't expect any cameos from like Thor or Iron Man or anyone like that. But it's very, very dark and gritty. There's graphic violence, language, sexual themes, and all of this is to be expected in The Punisher, so viewer discretion. But the Punisher is first introduced in Daredevil Season 2. So Daredevil is Matt Murdock, a blind lawyer who has an accident in his childhood that gives him super senses. And he struggles between his very, very violent impulses and his Catholic faith, which tells him, obviously, like, don't kill people, turn the other cheek, take the more diplomatic route. So there's this duality to him that he struggles with throughout the series. So Season 2, Frank Castle, who is the Punisher, arrives in New York City, and his family was massacred in a three-way gang fight, which also injured Frank. He was shot in the head, and after he recuperated in the hospital, he decided to take revenge. So he goes out and he absolutely massacres essentially everyone involved in the gang fight in a very, very graphic, bloody way, as to be expected from Daredevil. And this brings him into confrontation with Matt Murdock, Daredevil, because Daredevil does not kill people where Frank Castle does. So they have numerous confrontations that ultimately culminate in them sitting on a rooftop and discussing their various philosophies and how they differ. So Frank Castle believes that he has to clean up the streets of New York City by any means necessary that usually involve blood and bullets, and he insults, derides Matt's method, which he compares to treating bullies on a playground when they should be treated as trash in the sewer that is sinking up the city. Whereas Matt Murdock obviously believes more in the justice system and due process, as he is a lawyer, and not killing people indiscriminately. Despite all of this, the Punisher does have some redeeming qualities. He tries not to kill innocents. When he had a chance to kill Daredevil, he shot at the strongest part of his helmet as to only incapacitate him as opposed to outright killing him. So as the series progresses, Frank Castle is caught by the police and goes to prison, where he encounters Wilson Fisk, who you may remember as the main villain from Daredevil Season 1. And they have an uneasy alliance of sorts where Frank Castle kills a few people in prison for Wilson Fisk, and in return, Fisk smuggles him out of prison so that he can go and get his revenge on the true perpetrator of his family's massacre. Along the way, he also becomes very close with Karen Page, Matt Murdock's on again, off again, kind of almost a love interest. And she deeply believes in his innocence, Frank Castle's innocence, and that he's not a horrible person, although Frank Castle disagrees to an extent. So after Frank Castle runs away from prison, he learns that the three gangs were kind of set up and that there's this overarching conspiracy that goes through multiple levels of both the justice system and just kind of society as a whole. So he goes out and tries to get revenge on them, including a prosecutor, Samantha Reyes, who he previously worked closely with. And so he does have his revenge, like he slaughters everyone essentially. And at the very end of Daredevil Season 2, he burns down his own house, signifying like he's letting go of his past and his family's Slaughter, and he is now gonna move over as a vigilante who acts for New York City as a whole as opposed to just his own personal vengeance. Punisher comes out on Netflix on November 17th, same day the Justice League comes out, which will be interesting to see how that affects the box office, if anything. If you don't mind very, very graphic violence and language, check it out. I think it's gonna be really, really good. Alright everyone, thanks for watching. Check us out on all of our social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Check us out on YouTube with Mary1693. Thanks for watching.